Okay, so this is a demo of just how um, the front end operates and how it stores the user object in our database. Um, so we have here the iOS simulator right here. It's running on 10.2, and we also have a, a debugger here. Um, so you can see all of the different details. Right now, the last thing that it just did was a navigation dispatch. This controls navigation throughout the application. Basically, it's a stack that gets pushed onto, and you pop it when you want, or it gets pushed when you want to see the view. So the view that's on top of the stack is the view that's being seen, and if you want to go back to the previous view, you push or you pop the current view so that the view under it can be seen, and that's kind of how it runs. So here, if we navigate to login, you could see that there's a navigation dispatch, right? And there's also different navigation dispatches from when we swipe to the previous, to the between login and register. As you can see, it's updating in real time. So when we go to type in a user, let's say we have a user called test case. We'll make him test case Wilson. And I'm going to use my email. In fact, I'll use my school email.
Okay, there, the GUI.
So here, I'm just gonna verify the password. Okay, and when we push register, you're gonna see here, it's gonna automatically log that user in, and it's also going to spit out that user object, right? So when we hit register, right, we hear and we see an a user object with a few different things. It has the email. We create the display name separately and we store it into the user object. It also has a token. This is something that can house a phone number and a photo URL as well. But if we go into our database over here, right, we hit refresh, rather if we do this, and then we go back, right, we can actually see the user object was created right here, test case Wilson with an email. Now, if we go into the actual code here, if we go into the actual code here, we can actually see where it has the different fields that make up our user object here. So here we have the display name, which is just a concatenation of the first and last name, as well as the email, which gets it from the user input, as well as an empty array of questions right here, which results in this real-time database being updated right here. We also implemented that logout feature, so when you go and log out, it goes ahead and signs that user out, and it lets us know that the user is not logged in on the debugger. But that's just a quick demo of what we have for the front end. And then if you navigate to the Explore page, like I said, it's still being turned into an API call so that we can use it for the front end. But thanks for watching.
Hello, my name is Ruben Valdez Jr., and my part in this project was to implement the algorithm created by our project owner, Mark Moore. In this case, the algorithm is designed to test the compatibility of words and phrases with one another. And the way I implemented this algorithm was that I created a Java file and a GUI file to run it. So for this demonstration, I'll be using an old test case that we already know what the results should be, and I'll run it so you'll see that it matches up with what we already know are the results. When you run the program, we get a prompt that tells you that you need to have at least 3 potential answers before you run it. Here you can enter your question, Note that if you input a numerical number, you'll get this prompt that tells you must write out any numbers that you want to put as a question or answer. Also note that your question or answers can be either a word, a phrase, it can be literally anything. The algorithm will take it and run it. So in this case, our test case is Mario Araso, which is the name of the project mentor. The first answer is Mark Moore, which is the name of, again, the project owner. Second answer is cat. And third answer is dog. We get this additional prompt that asks whether or not we want to test these questions and answers. If you input Y, then it'll test the answers against that question. If you press no, it'll close out the program and you'll have to run it again. So in this case, we'll press Y and we get our results. We get that Mark Moore is compatible to Mario Araso, which we know is true according to the algorithm. We get not compatible for cat, which again we already know is true, and we get compatible for dog. Then we're given this additional prompt which says that whether or not you want to input another question or answer. If you put Y, then it'll reset the program and you can run the program. And you can input a new question and new answers, and you can keep doing this as many times as you want. Or if you press N, it'll close out the program. For the GUI file, we get this user interface that I set up that allows you to input a question and up to 3 answers. Again, we'll use the same test case just to demonstrate. And once you press test compatibility, we get the same exact results. What's nice about the GUI is that we don't need to use a prompt to say that, hey, put another, do you want to put more questions and answers? The users can do it as many times as they want, and they can test as many times as they wish. And we'll see that it's different results based on whatever question you input it. And that's pretty much how the program runs. That's what you get. Here's the code. If you have any more questions regarding how exactly this program runs or any specifications for the way the algorithm was inputted, please comment below and let me know.